Hello, and I'm here to do a quick brow tutorial as I promised for my group. So what I've done is I've done my face with the Ready in 5 set. So that is a tinted moisturizer. Look at that coverage, guys. Absolutely beautiful. Tinted moisturizer. It's got a primer in it. It's got pollution control to help with free radicals that are coming from pollution, UV rays. It's got SPF 30 in it as well from zinc oxide. So beautiful product. The next product that I used was my, where is it? So there's a blush that comes with this set, and you can choose the colors, but they come in duos. So you can either use the left, the right, or both together and get 3 different color palettes out of that. And then there is the beautiful brow pencil, of course, which I'm about to show you. I've used the mascara around my eyes, and then I've used the gloss. Now, a gloss comes in that Ready in 5 set, but I've used this palette, this marble palette, to do all the color on my face. So I've used that for my bronzer underneath my cheekbones, the highlighter and blush for above the bronzer. Then I've used all of these colors at the top for my lids. Very simple, great neutral colors that you can use with almost anything. And I've used this brown gloss, not the pink one, on my lips to give me color. Now, I've done one brow already, and what I'm going to do is, when you're a kid, you get taught to color in. And how do we get taught to color in? We get taught to outline first and then go back and color in the middle, right? So it's the same with your brows. Now, your brows are not twins, they are sisters. So they don't need to look exactly the same as each other. They just need to look similar to each other in reverse, in mirror. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go from this bottom point here, the bottom point closest to my nose where I want my brow to start, and I'm anchoring my hand on my cheek. Okay, so I'm not free flowing out here, because that means that you'll get lines that are all squiggly and not great. So I'm anchoring my hand, and then I'm going from the bottom point that's closest to my nose, and I'm going up in a line, a straight line. So I've just drawn a line as to where I want my brows underneath to start, and moving up. And what I'm going to do is then I'm going to draw a line underneath the brow where I want my brow to go. Now, to find the axis of your, where you want it to end, you go from the Cupid's bow and hit the pencil at the side of your nose, and just keep following that up your face, and you will see where that needs to end. So my brow is, as we get older, our brows do shorten, okay? So we want to make sure that we've got them where they should be. So that's where my brow should end. Now, where it should start is actually from where it should have a peak, should I say, is from your Cupid's bow to your the middle of your eye. In fact, actually, it's not your Cupid's bow. What am I saying? It's the edge of your nose through your pupil. So you want to do that to find where you should have a peak in your brow. So mine is there. You can see where it actually is by where my beautician has waxed, right? Even though I've had no waxing done for about 6 weeks. So then I'm going to take the top line, kind of follow to where my peak should be, which is out here somewhere. And then I'm going to go straight down pretty much to where the end of my brow hits, right? I've gone a little bit sharp with that. So all I need to do, what I love about Arbonne's pencil also, is not only that it has the pencil on one end and the spoolie on the other, the little brush on the other, but also that it is beautiful and soft. But when you want it to stay there, it will stay there. So my brows are on, I put them on in the morning at about 6 o'clock. And at the end of the day, they're still there. And I sweat all day in that tuck shop with those hot ovens. So that's my lines inside and out done, my top and bottom lines. And try not to do this into a camera, try to do it into a mirror, but just tiny little brush strokes in between. If you feel like you've gone too dark, you can always brush it out with the spoolie at the end. And if you feel like you've missed some, you can always go back and fill it in. So all I'm going to do is these tiny little brush strokes like that. Right. And then I'm going to go to the other side. And I'm going to use the brush and a brush up so that I can see if I've got any holes, gaps. Now, this brow here sits a bit higher than the other one. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to just give it a bit down the bottom here so that it looks a bit more even and a bit thicker. Because this brow is naturally a finer brow. Now, I could use a medium or a light pencil if I don't want my brows to be this heavy. I like heavy brows. You may not. Try to keep it a little bit less intense in colour at the beginning of your brows, just so it looks a little more natural. And then just swipe at the top so that you get a nice sweep of the brows across. And that is literally it, guys. That's it, right? So you know how to find where your brow should end, and you know where to find where your peak should be. You should be able to tell where, you know, the front, the top of it happens. But if you just run your pencil straight up in a line, you'll find where your brow should start anyway. So if you've got brows that start, you might have overplucked them or waxed them, if they start a bit further over, just bring the lines in with your actual pencil and just draw them on. That's it from me. Let me know if you've got any questions. It actually is really simple. And when you've got really good tools that are easy to use, you know, it makes it a lot easier. All right, see you soon.